Hello, Chris from My Stamp Lady. I'm here to share with you this Wondrous Wreath card. The Wondrous Wreath is a photopolymer set, and it's great because it comes with coordinating framelits to cut out all these pieces, and it has all these layers on separate images. So let's get started with this card. So the Wondrous Wreath has all of these images here, and then it has coordinating framelits for these three images coordinate with one: the bow, the little ribbon, and the flower. The photopolymer images have this little tab right here. You'll notice there's the main image, and then up here's a tab, and that is also on the coordinating images for that wreath. And that is so that you can line up your pieces, and then that tab is also on the coordinating framelit, so you know that's the top, and that if you have that always going to the top or to a specific place that has a lot of the leaves all close together is my first image I'm going to stamp. I'm inking that up with Pear Pizzazz, which is my lightest color. It helps sometimes when you're working with the photopolymer to have a little cushion underneath, so I'm using our Pierce mat as my little cushion. I'm putting that little tab up to the top so I know how to line up my next images. Now I'm going to stamp the image with fewer leaves in my next darker color, which in this case is Garden Green. So inking that up. Make sure that's good and inked up. I have this little tab here, and I did get a little overstamp, but that's okay because I'm going to be cutting it off anyway. If you are stamping an image that you don't want to cut out, then you want to make sure you don't get that little tab stamped. Okay, so look at that, how easy that was to line that up. And that's because that little tab makes the difference. Now I want to silver emboss the little berries on there, so I'm going to take the embossing buddy, and I'm putting down some of the powder so that my powder does not stick where I don't want it to. Inking up my berry image, and again it has a little tab, so I know that that tab has to go towards the top to line up with the other images. Okay, now I'm going to pull in my silver powder and sprinkle that. Okay, now I will heat set the berries. Okay, I have all those silver berries there set. I'm going to cut this out, but I'm going to stamp a couple more images so that I can cut multiple images at one time. So let's pull in the Island Indigo and ink up and stamp my ribbon, and then the bow. Okay, so I've stamped those in Island Indigo. I'm going to pull in my magnetic platform. I have down the acrylic pad, and you always want to make sure if there's any bow to your acrylic pad, if it has anything, that you put it down. Place that there. And of course the bow and the ribbon are easy to place because they are unique, they're lined up uniquely. They don't need to be worked. Except for I need to put this way because the magnet was grabbing it. Okay, they're easy to line up. Let's put down my bow. Sometimes those little round magnets if you get right in between one, it can grab a framelit. So just adjust it until it's there. So now I know this was the top of my wreath. So I'm going to start here, and look at how easy that is. I can find where that belongs. Pull in the middle of the wreath. Again, the top of the wreath, because it has the little piece on the framelit, little handle, call it that, kind of like a handle, and we'll line that up in the center. Okay, let's put another piece on top and run that through. Okay, I've cut all these out. I've taken them out of the framelits, and I'm ready to have those ready to go when I assemble the card. Okay, the next part, I'm going to take a piece of the silver foil paper. And I guess I can get this out of the way. I'm done stamping. Clean that up a little bit. Okay, so I have the silver foil paper. Then I'm going to take a piece of wax paper and then put my die over. I did not use the wax paper the first time, and by the time I got it out of the die, it looked pretty mangled. And so using the wax paper will help it pop right out of the die. So just placing this down, magnetic platform, my word on the silver foil, and an additional acrylic plate. Okay, so now I've put it through and I'm pulling that off. That comes off. These are just the little center or the little holes that are not going to be used. But look at that, because that wax paper is in there. In fact, your wax paper may even stay in your die for a while. You can use it a few times before you pull it out. It pops out so nice and easy. Now you may have some little fibers that you need to get off the edges. It tends to happen with those framelits, and you can just kind of wipe those off. Here's another little piece that needs to just pop out of there. And there I have my silver Noel. It works so much better with that. Just get these little scraps here off of there, and sometimes they do. They just kind of get on there. And I'll go in and rub those out. That works so much better than without the wax paper. It just pops out. Otherwise, you can wind up with a kind of a mangled mess. Okay, I'm pulling in. I have a half a sheet of Whisper white cardstock that I've cut in half and folded for my card base. This is a piece of the All Is Calm Designer Series paper, matted with a piece of Island Indigo. And I'm going to just place that in the center. The All Is Calm paper is 2.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And I'm going to place this, and let's figure out where I need that Noel. I want that Noel to go there, so I think I'll put my wreath there. Putting down, I'm going to leave the top of the wreath up for right now, just so that I can slip my ribbon underneath there. Now this piece is going to be a little bit long, so I will slip it under there so it's lined up with the top, and that's why I left it up at the top here. Go, and then I can just snip off, or you can figure out ahead of time how far down it needs to go, but I just did it that way. Let's take a mini glue dot in here, put our ribbon on the top part. Set a rhinestone on the top. Of the bow knot. Now I'm going to just use some glue to put that down, some of my multi-purpose liquid glue. However, I want to brush a few more of those scraps off, so I'm just going to show you. I'll just put that down there, and this is your Wondrous Wreath card made with the photopolymer set. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris, at mystamplady.com. And all of these supplies are available in my online store at shopwithmystamplady.com. Thanks a lot for watching.